a point?
He is.
I feel like he in the same category as fucking DeJuan.
Nah, he a big point. He a big point guard.
He ain't no
I
point in
agree.
the league.
Yeah, he is. Like if
Mm.
Castle in the game, no. But
Right.
I mean, shit, Wimby the point, man. I don't know.
Go.
Yeah, but you know, what I'm saying, hey, listen, man, I'm always gonna throw Shy in there as the top point guards.
James
I,
Gaston?
J- yeah, he should probably be up there.
Okay,
He
that's a
did.
murder.
James
That
did.
is a murder.
James did something that I never seen any of them do. So yeah,
I just said we talking about Ramadan, and this is how you gonna start it. And by the way, for the audience, you know what I mean, they're talking about the Mount Rushmore of point guards in New Jersey. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
somehow
Oh,
Jamal's
we
leaving
on? I
himself
didn't
off.
realize we was on.
Hold on. So wait a minute. So I don't think you heard what this guy just said.
Wait. What was that?
I said some way, somehow he left his name off the Mount Rushmore of point guards in New Jersey.
That's not necessary, Mr. Gaston.
I wouldn't be on the lowest creek of it.
That's debatable, but you know what I
Think it's
mean.
debatable.
That's debatable.
I'm not. I gotta go back and do the list. I don't know if I'm top 15 in the school no more.
All right, so on that Mount Rushmore, like who you say?
I would say Sha. I would say Jay. I would say Jay Williams. I would say Kyrie. I probably would say Dylan. I got DeJuan too. Like that's the thing. Like I would probably have DeJuan up there as well. Like it's kind of hard to leave DeJuan Wagner off of it for what he did for 4 years, right? Like in this state and where he finished up at. It's not like he didn't make it to the promised land, right? He got drafted and everything. Because I think they was looking at people total body of work. If you're looking
Okay,
at,
so if it's total body of work, then
you may have to take Sha off, but that's I guess I'm biased with that. But in terms of what New Jersey point guards in high school, like yeah, Sha is probably the cream of the crop on that
so
one.
then I don't think they did, but they could have did total body of work if they put Sean there. Then.
I don't know. Yeah, probably just high school.
Yeah, I think that.
But it's also somebody who is also I got up there is Corey Fisher.
But he from New York.
No, but he played in Jersey.
Okay, I thought we were just talking about yeah, because Shaw on there. Never mind.
Shaw from New York.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
Corey got how many chips he got?
Like 3 TOCs. So it's like, yeah. But when I be looking at like these players, right? Like you had to say that you were the better point guard, right? At these times, you had to say, I own this state for an era. Jay Williams he had his era that senior year, right? Sha owned it for 2 to 3 years. Dylan Harper's last 2 years because Wagner Jr. was here, but I seen him destroy Wagner Jr. Corey Fisher might have done it like none other. Like he's the lead guy on 3 TOCs.
See now, if you really look at it, because like even Jay Williams, I would like to say that he didn't get on the national scene until his junior year.
Senior, well, yeah, junior, senior year.
A little, okay, more the state scene junior year, and then probably going to his senior year, and then he got on the national scene, and he kicked a lot of ass that last year or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Sha was good from damn near as soon as he stepped on.
Up.
Yeah. And Kyrie, he did it like he was kind of unknown doing it, over there in Montclair, wherever that school was.
Like Kimberly?
Yeah. And then you gotta say Passage just was national. He just took off because he had the eyes on him. Dylan Harper being a basketball player's son, he had a little, and his brother already did well. So he kind of had a little light on him, and he did well from the beginning. Like everybody already knew he was gonna be better than his brother. You know what I mean? So I think when you look at it like that, Jay Will, if you just take high school, Jay Will, he had the later start.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you take him off.
And you have it, and you know what's crazy? I was trying to say that you had to be a McDonald All-American, but Corey Fisher wasn't,
which is crazy.
which is crazy. Which is crazy. Like, but you gotta have he ain't duck no smoke. We seen what he did with
OJ
on the,
Mayo.
OJ Mayo. He had big games. Like Corey Fisher always showed up. Kyrie showed up. I I mean, then you got Javon Quinterly and those guys, Isaiah Briscoe. Me and one of my boys, we were talking about tiers of it. Like at the top tier, you would have the Sha, the Kyries. The
But
first,
but but
I think they had guards. And I was like, J.R. Smith got to be up there.
but I mean, again, like you can't make this list and not put DeJuan Wagner in there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
impossible. Like
yeah.
that's impossible. And honestly, you could argue you can move any one of those people off there and put DeJuan in there. And like you, partial to our guys. We talk about Shy Kyrie. We all went to the same school, whatever. But like. We can't front. And
Yeah.
we saw the DeJuan shit from the beginning. Like, like we
True.
saw that
No,
shit with
true.
our own eyes. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
he was calling me and Rome out, by the way.
yeah, so nah, that he was different. He was different.
He wasn't putting
Let
no
me
50
let,
up on me.
let me ask y'all this: how long did Shy play over here? Did he start in New York and then come to Jersey?
No, all 4 years of high school was played here.
Oh, okay. So before he played elementary in New York.
Yeah,
Okay. So we counting it, they have to
High
play
school.
4 years.
yeah.
No, I'm saying we saying 4 years of high school in
Mhm.
Jersey.
And he was all
Not
state.
not
He was all state 4 years.
okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's all I was just trying to see what the New York and New Jersey debate was.
Definitely was sophomore, but
No,
was
he
freshman.
was all state freshman year, but not. I don't think he was first team.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think Brev and them was like
Mm,
seniors then, so they
right.
got that. Yeah,
Yeah, because
but
I was
but Jersey to be any team all state as a freshman in Jersey, and that era was saying a lot. But
yeah, well,
and this is off
I wouldn't
topic.
know.
The best player to ever come out of here is Tim Thomas. Like I don't care what nobody say. You can go ahead. I'm taking. People might have DeJuan. I got Tim.
Mm.
So that shit firsthand. I saw that shit firsthand, looking on that bench like, oh my God, please leave me out of this.
Oh man.
I am not ready for this type of action. But we did play them one time before we got to the States and all this. We played them in South Carolina. And was that South Carolina? Yeah, I think so. We played them. And he was taking it. That's why it was so crazy when we saw him in the because it was two different players I saw. Like, yeah, like this not the dude we just played like a few weeks ago. Like when I'd say he turned it up, man, he showed why he was a man amongst boys.
Sue, in terms of power forwards of St. Pat's, would you be on the Mount Rushmore? I don't think. Did your phone freeze?
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely fucking froze, buddy. They even say anything like that. Top power forwards. Yeah, I wouldn't top anything.
Who else they got? Parrish?
I don't know who the fuck they got, but I wouldn't be nowhere near the top, man. I
White?
played my role. That was it.
All right, what we got?
But yeah, man. Shit. I mean, we talk about some Jersey ball stuff, high school stuff. We off the Parkway. You know what I mean? Jersey first over here. But
Definitely.
Sure, hey, New Jersey's where it's at, you know what I mean? So, hey, let's pay these bills, you know what I mean? Welcome to Off the Parkway podcast. I'm your host James. We got Jamal, we got Big Sue, and this is another edition. This is episode 26.
Yeesh.
26. We are moving, you know what I mean? These fellas are getting ready to embark on their journey of Ramadan, and they're going to fight adversity, you know, and to be the best of the best. I'm not going to say of what, but, you know what I mean, the best of the best. You know what I mean? So we wish them brothers well on their journey. And I know it's gonna be some long days, some long nights, and just it's a struggle, what I mean? More power to them. I couldn't do it. I'd be dying. But man. You know what I mean? I'm not the best at it, but I only can be I won't say Kyrie, I won't say LeBron, I would say what's the problem? Uh,
The Yankee Islam. That's what we are.
no, 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 no. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I
Red
wouldn't
Ghost
say that.
tag over here.
Okay, okay. You know what? Let's move on here. You know what I mean? How y'all fellas doing?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, get ready to embrace. Yeah, man, I'm just looking forward to that. It's always my reset button, spiritually, physically, mentally, just to get a clean start slate and try to start things off right. So, yeah, looking forward to that. I don't, I never look at it as, as something negative to, or adversity, anything like that. It's just a reset button. Forward to it. And it
Yeah,
was a nice day today. It was warm, man.
definitely.
We was in a deep freeze when 50 felt like you can go put on some shorts
Yeah,
and, and some sandals and stuff. But nah, it's a good day.
yeah. Yeah. Like you said, Ramadan is definitely upon us. So he starts prepping for that. Getting your meals right and preparing your alarm clocks to wake up in the morning. As soon as that alarm for prayer go off, ain't no more eating, ain't no more drinking. Till the sun go down. But yeah, I actually made like a little post because during this month I often see a lot of people like, oh, this person only dressing up during Ramadan. She only wearing her garments during Ramadan. Let's try to refrain from judging people and allow for them to go through this month how they see fit. Because you never know what might tip the scales for that person. So, wishing everybody that's going through it a blessed one. I hope that is accepted. And yeah, let's get to it.
You know what I mean? On a serious note, for the people like myself who's not Muslim, I would like y'all to speak on how grueling, I don't know if grueling is the right word, how hard it could be to follow, what I mean, the whole process of Ramadan.
What I've found that like people who are going, let's say if you are going through it, you saying you want to wake up and you want to eat in the morning and fast throughout the day, right? I think it's tougher for the non-Muslims who are not going to be around Muslims.
Mm.
Because like, we for the most part, like I tend to hang around Muslims too. So we kind of we I know that we're all going through the same thing. And mentally it kind of just I guess gives me that little extra push um to keep going through it. Also, the time of the year also matters. Like right now, the days are shorter, right? So at 5 or 6 o'clock, you're breaking. Like if we went through Ramadan before in the summertime, July, when you can, say you can't eat
8:30.
8:30, right? And these are long and it's hot, and so now you have to pace yourself and slowing down. Um, so it depends on what time of the year it is. Also, you have for non-Muslims, yeah, it's just, I guess, kinda changing their diet, cleansing themselves, but, even for the Muslims, it's not just, eating or drinking. If we get into an argument, that could break my fast. Uh,
Mm.
for Muslims who are in, not halal relationships, right? Like, you're not having sex throughout the day. Like you actually have to wait till the sun go down for that too. So it's a lot more. Like you start cursing people out, or you go smoke a cigarette or something like that. I see somebody. I've been in that too, buddy. Uh, but yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not like I mean honestly, like if you read Quranic scripture, it's not meant to be difficult.
Okay.
right? Let's say you can't take it, you're dizzy, you about to pass out, you should drink water. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like we don't want you to die behind this. Like, and maybe that could be a day that you make up, or maybe you're just not physically fit to do this. You can do other things like giving to the poor and things like that. So it's a lot of extra stuff that maybe non-Muslims are not aware of. But I would say to do it alone can be a lot more grueling than to be with your fellow people who are trying to fast or your fellow Muslims.
Yeah, I mean, I think Maul did a good job of like kind of breaking some stuff down. The process of it is it. Like with anything, man, the more mentally prepared you are to lock in and do something, and you know what you're doing, your intentions are important. You know what you're doing it for. I think that makes the process. I mean, I don't even want to use the word easy, but it just makes the process. You know what you're doing it for, so it becomes more of I guess I'll use the word easier to do it. I like any, like when you go through the process in the beginning, the first couple days, your body is getting used to it all. You know what I mean? Your body and your mind is syncing up, and you're getting used to just the change in your routine because honestly, the fasting is just is just a part of it, Ramadan. That's the biggest part everybody talk about. Like, but what Maul was saying, there's so much other things that you got to keep in line. So your whole routine changes, and that's the adjustment where the eating, your mindset, like Maul was saying, like cursing, arguing, but watching language, making sure that you're not speaking crazy or talking crazy. Even sometimes music you're listening to, you know what I mean, and just get your reading more and stuff like that. You're just trying to put yourself in a different space. That's the adjustment, just your routine. I for me, is just to change of routine, and once it takes me a couple days,
Yeah.
a week tops to get adjusted to the routine change, and once that's locked in, that's it. To me, the fasting part is the easiest part for me. Is
Mm,
everything
yeah.
else. You know what I mean? Like, so the fasting part is the easiest part. I actually I actually look forward to the fasting part because physically I know I'm about to get a little reset, I'm about to drop some pounds. You know what I mean? So I look forward to the fasting part. It's the other things that, the routine of it all I just get used to. And once that's synced up, I'm good.
And we still work out too. Like that so there's a couple of ways to do that too. You have some like, in past years, Sue and myself, we would work out an hour before it's time to break. And you just go crazy. Like you probably go harder than you would on any other day, almost like draining yourself. And as soon as it break, you can drink water, have some dates or something like that. Or like, for me now, I think I'm going to be, waking up and eating, it's called sahur meal, which is like, the breakfast. Um, and then once I drop my son off at school, I'll go straight to the gym around like 7:30. So I'll still have some of that energy from there.
Yeah.
And you still work out. So that way, yeah, you may I think on average I may have lost like 7 pounds each Ramadan. But it feel like the days that you skip, like if you skip 2 or 3 days, you feel like you're shrinking. And you might be because you didn't like you're not adding any muscle or anything like that. But a lot of people they call themselves Ramadan warriors. They do work out during Ramadan.
I think what y'all saying is a really good educational piece for people because a lot of people only think of Ramadan when it comes down to sports because they get highlighted like when Kyrie was playing, they be like, oh, he's playing and you can't drink water. But a lot of things that a lot of people didn't know was if you get in an argument, something like that, that can break it. You know what I mean? So you gotta, it's not always about your body, it's about your mind is more than, it's a very important piece to it too. So that is very crucial, you know what I mean, to what y'all do every day. You know what I mean? You can come across a bad situation and you gotta hold your peace. And that's dope.
That's the hey, James, that's not even the hardest part. It's the home. You get into it you get into it with your with your wife, you know what I mean? And just you be like, can't even be getting into it with you like this, like, so it's tough, with your
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
The stuff outside, you prepared for that when you walk out the door. Look, I ain't got no time for these people. It but it's like, that's the challenges.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's tough. You know what I mean?
You gotta have that. You definitely gotta have that patience, man. You need to be disciplined with that stuff.
Yeah.
Not arguing, not talking about somebody. You wanna do extra stuff too, like feeding the prayer, pray a little more. And also keep in mind, like, so now when you're fasting, right? So you're not eating all day. And for Muslims, like, we can't eat the stuff that we allowed to eat. Like on a regular day, you're allowed to eat that stuff. So now we're keeping away from it to please our Lord. Like, that's why we're doing it. When you if you eat a cracker when it's time to break, it tastes like steak. So now it makes you be more mindful and grateful for the stuff that you have. There's some people who can't break. Like, imagine that. Imagine, like, some people who are fasting, they don't have anything to break with. Um, a grape or something like minor, they're kind of starving. So you want to be in that mind frame of being grateful for the stuff that you do have that you refraining from. So it's definitely is a glorious time, is a great time. And I think everybody, if you could do it for one day, I think you should try it.
Now, for the people who take medication and stuff like that, is there anything for them?
Yeah, they don't they if they you take medication, we're always pro-life, right? So for people who take a medication, you have to drink water, you have to eat, you do that. Like, you don't have to. There's other ways that you can still do it, like feeding the poor. You can go feed a family. I know, like, in the past I have but after Fajr come in, you're not supposed to eat. Yeah, you're supposed to do anything. And I have, after Fajr came in, I have actually made a mistake. So what I did, I went and fed, like, I got like 2 loaves of bread. I made like peanut butter and jellies, and I gave all those out. It's like 50. I don't know, like close to 50 people that I fed because of me knowingly making that mistake. So may Allah be pleased with me for that. But yeah, for the people who
Nobody
are
had a
on
peanut allergy.
now I'm gonna now I got a murder on me. Oh,
Anaphylactic shock, man.
ooh. Yeah, but for those people who take medication,
Like, "Oh, my fault, OG."
hey, look, if if he Muslim and he died during Ramadan, he going to heaven. He no, no, but those people who gotta take meds, they can do other things.
Okay, okay. Oh, that's funny. Damn peanut butter and jelly, man.
I
I
mean,
tell
like,
you,
them shits.
Nigga, I thought this was turkey, man. You can see some bums just wild about that. Like, yeah, I thought this was turkey, man. Peanut butter. Shit.
Yeah.
that's funny, man. Shoot, let's switch it up. You know what I mean? If it was a all-star weekend, in the
Word.
NBA, man. Saturday, they had the festivities with the 3-point contest, the slam dunk contest, the skills competition. Well, they started on Friday actually. They had the little celebrity game and stuff like that, and then Sunday was the main event. So, how do y'all feel? Let's start with did y'all watch Friday night? Because I didn't see Friday night. Did y'all see Friday? The celebrity game or anything like that?
I saw some of the celebrity game.
How
It
was
it
that?
it was terrible. Um, I you
I
know, I remember back in the day when they used to do the celebrity game. I even saw, Gilly. He was complaining about it. He was like, "Yo, who first of all, who was half of those people?" Like, celebrity, you gotta be somebody, and just really wasn't nobody that balled, like, that was was
yeah.
was good, just I don't know, like, I felt like back in the day when they used to have celebrity, things, it was some guys that played ball. They made sure they got people that played ball. So somewhat entertaining, but yeah, it was ass.
Michael B. Jordan was in it one year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
yeah,
you can really J. Cole.
Yeah, see, like somebody like, and again, everybody ain't, J. Cole. J. Cole played high school ball and shit like that. But it's some guys you can get out there. I remember that one dude that played. He was like he was part of like Barack Obama's staff. He was like
Yeah,
Department of
the white
Education
dude.
or something
The
like
white
that.
dude. Yeah,
And
yeah.
he was all right, you know what I
Yes, he
mean?
was.
Like,
Yes, he was.
you get somebody. I remember, like, even like when they had like back in the day, they had like Cameron and Mace played. You know what I mean? Like they played in high school. They, like just get people that know how to play. They could have got Gilly. We know Gilly would be taking it serious. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
they could have
I
got
think they've been trying to do so much with the All-Star Weekend. I think they lose
Bud
track. Yeah, they lose track of Fridays. You know what I mean? The Friday because they was trying to big up Shams for some reason.
Shams. Yeah, he was playing.
Yeah, and like
One of the
if
one of
he's
the
the
one of the owners was playing, like, for
nah,
Phoenix, Ishbia. Like, it
yeah,
just
nah,
Glorilla, like, Glo don't play no damn ball. Like, why you have her out there? Like,
yeah,
it was
nah,
you coulda had they usually have somebody from WNBA out there,
yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Like, they
yeah.
ain't had none of that. Like, you coulda had, like, a street ball dude, professor, you know what I mean? I don't know, just make something to make it somewhere, especially, the one-on-one scene has been very popular lately. Why not have Hezzy God out there? Why not have, Lamar Peters? Throw some of them dudes out there. It might have been, I don't know.
It's funny you said one on
James,
one too because the women's they had their one-on-one tournament this weekend too.
yeah.
The Unrivaled
Yeah,
League.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's funny how they went against the time slot for the All-Star Weekend.
Pretty sure they competed.
You
I
know what I
I, I
mean?
watched some of that too, and I mean, we could have a conversation about that. The NBA adopting that because it was a good watch. Like watching Paige, you get buckets. Watching some of them. What's her name? Stewie. I
Oh,
saw her
Stewie, yeah,
play.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple of them I saw that's in the rival league. It's not the same as WNBA, so but you got a lot of those players in there.
Mm.
Yeah, I seen a few clips of it. I never could, man, I was so busy this weekend I couldn't really get a chance to really watch it. But for the but for the clips I did see with a little bit of Paige, it just seemed like it, I mean, she was going, they looked like they was playing hard. You know what I mean? I don't know how, I mean, hard they was playing, I mean, if they was trying to do a little bit more than usual, but it seemed like they was going at each other. I don't know what was the grand prize for winning. Did they win money or anything like that?
Imagine there's
Probably
some type
so.
of prize.
Probably so. Though.
They probably gave him
Yeah,
a hot.
so
I think they got a hot 40 for a win.
That's tough. Yeah, they probably had to do something. He had to do something for that 40 too.
Oh man, for the women's game, a hot 40 for the
Hot
win, man.
40.
well, no. We talking about $40?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, a hot 40, man.
that's it. That's it. That 40 is still valuable.
Oh man.
Oh man, come on now. They only getting the 40?
Yeah, yeah. Listen, man, and I also think, man, like I, I think these new era of players, right? Like they don't have the pride. I don't think they have the pride that some of the old players would have, like with the dunking contest and things like that, where they would get in. Like you need them real. Like we got some real high flyers in the league, right? Like with big names. Like I would love to see Ja Moran out there. We've been chasing Bron. It's over now, but we was chasing Bron to get into that. Amin Thomas, like with those, but like some real, like some big names who can go out there and try to compete for it. But it's almost like now, like, no, I'm not going to take that. I don't take that too serious, and they almost like low management for the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Like, they ain't really going out there doing too much. I don't even like the format of this game. I still want East-West, All-Star games, like, but now we got 4 games. I gotta sit there and watch this stuff, like, come on, man, like, I do think, it was good to see Kawhi go out there and put on a show, the early game, but then it was over, like, 'cause he was kinda done for that last game.
Well,
But
I know for Saturday, you know what I mean? I know you mentioned Saturday night first with the
the dunk
contest. They started off with the 3-point contest. I think that's where they messed up at. Why you start off with that was probably your best event
best of it,
that you
yeah.
got. You know what I mean? I didn't understand why they
Well,
started with
they
that.
start off with the skills challenge, right?
They did? I thought they
Or
started with the 3-point.
I thought the skills challenge
No, I
was
think
the
that
first.
well, I didn't watch it, but I know the skills is normally first.
Yeah, it's you normally
Yeah,
first.
did
So
you ain't see the skill challenge?
no,
I
I
saw the
didn't
skills
see it.
challenge. I tell you what, boy, that Allen Houston still got some of the prettiest damn jump shooting form in the damn world, man. That thing just gorgeous, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, nah,
You
I
you you see his social media?
nah, oh yeah,
Allen
he
Houston?
still shoot.
Oh, that's all he do.
Yeah. You give him the L.
He's still a walking bucket. Give me a L, but you know what I mean. That's neither here nor there. But as you were saying, sir,
Definitely can shoot with him.
nah, I definitely can't. But anyway,
Downs. Um, so, nah, I mean, the All Star. Like, well, before we get to the game, we talk about the 3-point,
yeah,
the dunk contest, um, and the issues with it. The 3-point contest, you ain't gotta do nothing with it. I mean, it's fine the way it is because the people that you're gonna get for the 3-point contest is either gonna be a superstar or a great shooter that plays. That's a big part of a team's rotation. So it's gonna be somebody you know. You know what I mean? And so that's always gonna be pretty good. You're gonna get something with it. And throughout the years, the recent years, since the game has changed, to 3-point shooting, our superstars are 3-point shooters. So you'll get one year where you get Durant, you get Steph, you get the Dame Lillard. You know what I mean? You're gonna get a young uppercut shooter like Knipple. You know what I mean? And like so you'll find Harden been in there before. You'll get superstars that participate in that. And they don't see it as a slight if they take a L, you know what I mean? And which is interesting because we don't know why that stopped for the dunkers. I could see if somebody like got hurt dunking before, but it never happened. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? They just stopped doing it. And not only did the superstars stop doing the dunk contest, but the good role player you talked about Amen Thompson, you know what I mean, or Answer, or like somebody like that who's not an all-star, but we all know who the hell he is.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So he could have been part of something like that, and it would have been a great look. When Ja was jumping out the gym and just trying to do crazy stuff in game, you can't do that in the damn dunk contest. You know what I mean? And he ain't gotta find no new dunk. Just man, go out there and do an athletic windmill. You know what I mean? Like just put some flair to it and see what you can do. And if you can come up with one creative dunk, then do it, man. Just the fact that our stars is out there would be more than enough. But
We had
they
the
just
I think the
they're not willing to do it. And mhm,
the last competitive one was that, Gordon and Levine?
that's the last big.
yeah.
Unless I mean,
Because
it was some
Mc
Mac McClung performances that was good.
no, 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 no,
He
no, no.
performed well in there, but as far as like a back and forth with
Yeah,
somebody,
he
that was the
performed,
last
Matt
one.
McClung performed, but in terms of going back and forth, like those and when you need that rival. Like, when you look at all the greats, right? Even with, like, you had T-Mac, Vince Carter, you even had Steve Francis was in there, like, it was some,
Yeah,
like
Dominique Jordan. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You had it was some good time, but then you had your Blake
Spud,
Griffin. He put on a
Spud
show.
Dominique,
Huh? Who?
Spud and Dominique,
Yeah. Blake put on a show.
Nate,
Nate put on a show, but
Yeah,
Nate is
that was
one of
Nick.
those dudes who like, all right, he's not an all-star, but he's known, you know what I
no,
mean?
yeah.
And he's small. So like you had that intrigue. You know what I mean? Dwight Howard, he put on some performances and won a few. those days is over. I know they like to say that LeBron, he ruined it and things like that, but all these people that we talk about, they did it after, while LeBron was in the league. So like that, you can't say that he ruined it because it was some good performances. It's just that like now, the last star that did it, I mean, for whatever reason, Jaylen Brown had just randomly threw himself in there. You know what I mean? What was that, last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah,
And
that
Yeah,
was about 2-3 years
he was
ago.
yeah,
he was horrible.
He
He
was
was
yeah,
horrible
horrible.
though.
yeah, but I think he just was trying to see if anybody else was going to, try to do it too. You know what I mean? But it would have been better if he'd have did it when he first came in the league, when he was super duper athletic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that would have been, but shit, at least he did it. But outside of him in recent time, there ain't been no star power one. No,
Mm.
do you think about these guys who did it? Like the most popular one, the most popular guy in the dunk contest was dude for the Lakers, Jackson Hayes.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
He was terrible.
Carter
Somebody
Bryant, who don't play, get on the floor for San
Yeah.
Antonio. That dude from the Heat, I ain't never knew who the fuck he was. I never seen
I
him before.
never even heard of him.
Never
Brian is
heard
the
of him before.
that's the rookie, right?
I guess he
Yeah,
just
he the
was out
rookie.
there dancing. He from the Bay. He was out there getting it. Uh, and who's the other one? And old boy's son
Oh man, he almost died out there.
almost
What
died.
the
Almost
one
cracked
of
his.
his head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So they got to fix that, man. Like I don't know how you fix it. They got to give him some bread. They got to make it worth their while. But they got to try to fix that.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. That might be on its way out,
He was out
to be
there.
honest.
He came out there with E40.
Mm.
Shoot, I'll tell you one thing.
E40 should have been at the Super Bowl. Or not.
And there it is. Yeah, Seattle already has Sir Mix out there. So hey, man.
I said,
On Broadway. But yeah, man. I mean, so we had like during the All-Star week, there was some other former basketball, goats making the rounds too, man. Michael Jordan, man, he's in the news
yeah, because
after his
he
race
won.
car team. What they won, the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, that was huge.
Yeah, especially after he had that lawsuit too.
Yeah,
So he got a win right after that. So that was huge for him, especially because he been fighting hard to step in that space, and he got it done.
he got a little too frisky, man. And
Come on, man. Here we
Hey,
go with the
that was
MJ
AI, man.
slander,
We ain't trying to put
man.
that on the GOAT, man.
That gotta be
the
AI,
goat.
man.
Go
Yeah,
to
the
what,
GOAT
man?
of everything.
The go to ass slaps, man. Nah.
That gotta be AI,
Yeah, man. We
man.
gotta
Come
go check.
on.
That's not AI.
Ain't nobody let. I don't care if I don't care to go to die. You ain't letting that man touch on your son butt like that.
What you gonna say to Jordan?
Get
No,
off
he
my
known
damn
for
son.
swinging. He known for swinging on white men. Man.
He will.
Hey, listen, man. He been slapping asses since that Gatorade commercial, man. That kid was trying to back him down. That's a foul, ref. Like he slapped my ass, man. Like, I don't know, man.
And Jordan was hitting him with the 6'7".
Oh shit! I mean, I ain't gonna act like I thought that was some, even if it wasn't AI, I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't know what they said that it was some ice that went down the kid's back, and he was trying to get the ice. That's what I heard. Like somebody trying to break down what happened. I don't know, but if that was like some manufactured stuff, people gotta chill, man.
This AI stuff getting out of hand, bro.
How freaky you gotta be to do that shit right there on the stage? Like,
Yeah. That's why I said that
come
gotta
on,
be
man.
AI.
That's some nonsense. It's hilarious though. You
That
know what I
definitely
mean?
be AI, man, because I can't see that's a big stage too. And for him to be doing that,
That nigga had that nigga Mike out there playing catchy grabby, man.
Yeah, that shit would have been grand opening, grand closing right there. He'd have been up out of NASCAR.
Take that
Oh,
shit right back.
it'd have been all over the news, everything, man. They would have definitely crucified him, y'all, if that was real. I think that's AI though. But before we leave the All-Star game, for Sunday, we rolling with to keep that format or
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I forgot to talk about that. I I thought that I don't know if the format made them more competitive or it was the fact that the way, Wimby just like, set the tone. And if he would have set the tone in the normal game, would it have been the same thing? I don't know. I think I think you keep it because it was successful. So until it's not, keep it. You know what I mean? And I think eventually you go back to the old format, East versus West. But I think you keep that because they got to kind of fix it because the old head team they played 3 games in a row and they was burnt out
they were
at the
done?
end. Yeah, they was done. So like they can find a way to fix that. But other than that, I mean, you got some good basketball in the All Star game. That's all we've been asking for. They gave some effort. They showed it. They competed. I mean, I
Man,
don't want to complain. Hey, because that's all we've been doing when it comes to that, so I'm good with it.
I don't want to see this LA fitness shit on the big stage, man. That's a fucking who got next? Like that's all this shit. They picking teams. Like you know what? And maybe because I didn't understand like how they were playing. I'm like, yo, is it 2 quarters? Or they just because I seen a time, right? They had a timer, but they was also playing to a score, right? So whoever's winning at the end of this time or reaches a certain score, that's the way they was doing it, right?
It was just one 12-minute quarter.
Okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's just and then you look at it too, like Ant-Man team, they was over there waiting, right? And it seemed like the other team played 2 games, so they're gonna be fresh and all that type of
The
stuff.
old team played 3 games in a row.
Yeah,
Well,
like so
yeah, it was 3 or 2 yeah, they played like 3 in a
two
row.
games, 2 games in a row, yeah.
so
Because it was a total of 4 quarters at all, right? Or was it 5?
I think they played 3 in a row.
yeah, I think I want to say it's 3. But yeah, so they all burnt out, man. But I don't know. Like I do want it to be definitely wanted to be competitive. I did see Wemby out there playing hard. Like I'm like fuck all that razzle dazzle shit.
I said it in a couple podcasts ago. I said when they play, I said Wimby, he going for the MVP. Like
Yeah,
he gonna play hard. He gonna go at dudes. I said that. I predicted that one.
yeah. Ant-Man came out there ready to boogie too.
Yeah.
So
And,
Ant-Man said it. He said, "Yo, like he set the tone, so we had no choice."
hmm
and Jokic and Luka sat their ass down too. They said they ain't doing it.
mm.
Durant called him out.
Yeah, and they don't care because they sat down. They let Wemby play. They didn't want to play because
Yeah,
they play like the first 2 minutes, and then after
yeah,
that they sat down for the rest of the game.
Because it's an open rec game.
yeah.
So like, you know, these assistant players we're talking about here, that overseas stuff, that Euro stuff, they play in the system. That's where they thrive in. Like Jokic, he can't be going up and down and boogieing with people.
Yeah,
Well,
but then at the same time, we can't be calling out our players and not call them out too at the same time. You know what I mean? If everybody going to compete, then we got to hold everybody to the same standard then. Saying that's the only way it's going to work.
Jaylen Brown had too many shots in that last game too. He might have took
Oh,
about 30 shots in that
man.
last game. He was off. Like
He was
shit.
super off, man. For some reason, they ain't show my man Brunson no love, but you know what I mean? I ain't going to talk about that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean?
But I know one thing. When the clog heat up, there's nobody in the league that can stop that robot. Yeah, because like people think like, yeah, I think he was hot, but for the last how many games he been playing in a row, that's how he been looking. Like
Yeah.
he been cooking everybody. It's robotic, it looks stiff, but it's on a string and he can shoot it.
He definitely went to work.
His mid range, he don't miss.
Mid-range is he know how to get to them
He shoot
spots.
like Livingston in the mid range, man.
Yeah, yeah, with James, but, that neither here nor there. I think our followers really need to I wish they could see what we seen, that time, so but they've been gypped out of the one of the best performances we ever seen.
Clay 36-point quarter.
36-point quarter.
Oh, you had 21.
In less time.
Yeah, you sent some kids into crisis.
Did I really?
I had to deal with that. 2 restraints that night.
You you probably shoulda got fired. If Locke coulda fired your ass right there, you'd been gone.
Yeah.
Shoot them kids' face off like that.
She was mad as hell that
Oh,
day.
yeah, she was pissed.
I was freaking dying. And then Sue gonna give me the ball at damn half court. I'm like, come on, man.
Got feed the hot hand.
Got to.
Knock that shit down.
I just see her damn. She had that the clipboard. She gonna throw it down on the ground. I'm like, oh.
Fuck she mad for, like, them kids supposed to be here to stop you. Like, get these little ass kids out of here.
Oh man, but let's move on. Ron Harper, you know what I mean, since we still on the basketball, Ron Harper was asked about his sons being in the league, and he he had something to say about LeBron. He said, you know what I mean, he don't hold his kids to the standard to play in the NBA. If they want to play, that's up to them. He's not LeBron James, and he doesn't force his kids to play basketball.
Did he stutter?
Nope.
Nah,
He said that
no.
shit clean.
So he meant it.
Super clean. And you could tell like it wasn't the kids wasn't ready for that. His sons, they was like, oh, you know what I mean? So you could tell like something was said before, but you know what I mean, they didn't expect him to say it on the big stage like he did.
That shit was corny though. Why mention LeBron? Nobody asked him about LeBron. They just said, yo, like, asked him about his sons playing, ball and, the big stage and how, how I feel about that. And they could have just been like, yeah, man, this is something that's great. I love to see it, man. I did it first and, they decided to follow in my footsteps. I didn't force them to do it. This is something that they went on their own and they put in the work and they did it in their hair. That's it. What the fuck you mention LeBron for? Like, you know what I mean? That shit was that was a shot for no reason at all, bro. Like,
Unless
and you ain't
said
LeBron James, Ron Harper. Like, ain't nobody gonna confuse you to be no damn LeBron James. Like, in no way, shape, or form. Like, you know what I mean? Your kids have, first of all, your kids, especially your younger son, is super damn talented. You know what I mean? Like, and nobody comparing them to to Bronny or anything like that. But they're not gonna have the pressure that Bronny has, you know what I mean, or anything like that. It ain't even fucking close. So like to mention that, to put that out there, that shit corny. LeBron, if he do see it, just like he did to Stephen A, man, he might have to walk up on Ron, man.
Yeah. I don't of course, I don't know him at all, but I've seen,
You
Ron
sure?
Harper. uh, I know some people who know him, but I seen Ron Harper, at, like, some of his son's games, like, in high school, and he comes across as, he's the shit talking father. He gonna be popping shit and everything. We know his. I've seen some NBA fathers at their son's game and they just be chilling, right? Like they don't really say too much. Like he's like, yeah, let's go, like popping shit and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. You definitely don't have to didn't have to say that. I mean, I don't know what the point of saying that is, but like Sue made a great point. Like, yeah, your kids decided to follow you, and I think they actually could have, at a young age, set out to be better than you after you got hurt. But they don't. I'm doubt that they even know who he was before he got hurt. You just was Ron
Yeah,
Harper.
because Ron was
Yeah,
good. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
he was
Like
really
he
good.
was damn, he was good for Cleveland before he got hurt, and with the Bulls was a solid role player. But nigga, you wasn't
Yeah,
like, come on, bro.
Yeah, when probably know you more for being on the Bulls and being a member of that team. Them making it to the league, I mean, shit, right now, Ron Harper that's with the Bulls, like, your youngest son is probably better than that now. But, yeah, it's not like you said, it's not the same pressure. Ronnie has pressure that he didn't ask for. He was born into it. You chose to play basketball, and just like Jordan kids would have probably had that type of pressure on, it's tough when your father considered like the greatest of all time, and you are now in the league. Like that gotta be tough. Like right now, and everybody it seems like everybody root for you. Got some people that speak out, speak. Charlie Villanueva was going in. I did see that, but for the most part, people want him to win. He is there. He's an NBA player, so I guess he kind of did his job. Whatever he get from here on out, so be it. He's never gonna be Bron.
Mhm.
Like I think we should like give up that. Like whatever he could, if he could be a solid NBA player that get 15 minutes a game, we should be happy with that.
Well, me on this right here, I don't think it was necessary for Ron Harper to say that at all.
Mm.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I agree with Sue on that, and I agree with you that it wasn't necessary. I just don't. Maybe something happened between them in the past or whatever. I don't think so, but I don't understand why you just throw his name out there for nothing. You know what I mean? You clearly could have took the high road with it. Your sons are playing well. They are doing, you know what I mean? They're doing better than Bronny. So like why are you even taking it to that level? So, sometimes, old heads can just be acting up a little bit. And I'ma just chalk it up as that. You know what I mean? Ron, there was no need for that. I just think you were just acting up a little bit. Or you're just looking for a little sound bite. You know what I mean? Either way, maybe he was looking for some attention with a sound bite. You know what I mean? But I don't think it was necessary at all, man. Shout out to his sons. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Shout out to Bronny and Bryce. They are trying to do the best that they can as well. I don't see any I don't think LeBron is trying to force his kids to play basketball. I don't see that. You know what I mean? Maybe y'all see something different, but I don't see that. I don't see Bryce. I don't see him putting pressure on Bryce to play professional. You know what I mean? Bryce is red shirt. You know what I mean? He's still got a long ways to go. You know what I mean? So yeah, chill out, Ron. Just chill out. That's all, man. But shout out to Chris Paul. He finally retired officially. You know what I mean? So we just wanted to shout him out. If anybody got any good things to say about my man Chris Paul retiring after Clippers, you know what I mean? Let him go.
I don't like how they did him though. It don't it don't
Yeah.
it don't seem like my boy went out on his terms, man.
Yes, he
Also
did.
I also don't like how in the last couple of years, like the disrespect that he was getting from like Pat Beverly. I also don't like that. I know that's a little off the topic, but it seemed like Pat Beverly was trying to diminish the legend that Chris Paul is going to be. Like, oh no, he can't. He's on defensive team. He can't guard nobody. Everybody in the league know here. Come on, listen. That man has some numbers that is incredible for like some consistent years, right? And he is somebody who I think if he didn't get hurt, he probably win a chip because they beat Golden State. If he don't have that hamstring situation, which he was kind of plagued by injuries a lot. Um, but Chris Paul's a legend, man. Like he put on, like, ain't no doubt about it. He was a bad man in his day. I wish he could have just had his little farewell thing, but I guess, it don't always go the way you want, but I think he was one of them people who could have had a farewell tour. Um, he's gonna go down as one of them players, one of them greats who didn't win one, and I thought that he could have if he could have got one, he could have been up there with the, possibly like the Isaiahs. Like if he win one, now he's got to be second to like the Stocktons because he didn't get one. But he's great. I think like at some point, kids wanted to be him too. I think he had a time where CP3 was a big name and kids wanted to be like him. And I think he's also the end of an era. That true point guard, right? That everybody pass first, be able to create and make people better and also, get a bucket himself and be considered as a defender because he was. Minsu always spoke about how nobody posted him up. Like he wasn't. You try to post him up on that block, you gonna end up at the 3-point line. Like he's just pushing you out. He was strong. So um, definitely salute to the end of an era, the end of the last true point guards were like the Rondos. Um, yeah, I don't even know too many more, but yeah, Chris Paul is definitely the
Those Duke boys, them light skinned boys.
who you talking about?
What's those light skinned boys? That they in the league now.
From Duke?
Yeah,
Who's the Twins?
nah,
Yeah.
they in the league now. The point guards.
Point guards from Duke. Nice. Yeah, I'm sure you can
Uh,
bring it up.
yeah, I remember.
Not McCain.
Nah,
Uh,
they like pure point guards.
oh, Jones.
Yeah, Trey Jones and
Oh, yeah, it's
Exactly.
Tyus Jones. Yeah,
Ty,
Yeah,
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 Ty Jones.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah.
And also maybe hinting towards the end of the smaller, unathletic guard, like who don't play above the rim. Like, Chris Paul, I think the biggest thing for him was that IQ, game management, things like that. I mean, he definitely had a run. At one point, remember, so it was him or Darren Williams. He outlasted that.
hmm yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he went on like another 10 years. Like
hmm
so, yeah,
Darren Williams used to kick his ass, though.
Darren Williams is also 6'5".
Yeah. But
You know what I'm saying?
don't forget, and I love Chris Paul, but Curry used to kick his ass too.
Yeah, he could have had a run, but and then but Chris Paul will go right back. Like that's
Yeah,
like
yeah, he definitely would go at it,
yeah,
but
and had he like I think if he didn't get hurt in that that's Houston, right? He was with.
Yeah.
If he
yeah,
don't get hurt in that Houston
yeah,
series,
yeah.
because he was going 3 for 3, everything with them. Like so, if he don't get hurt, I think they got a good chance of going to the finals. But yeah, salute to him, man. I think he give him his flowers while he here. I think he's a I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I tell you, that Deron Williams though, that damn
That
run
was a
was special.
that was a big guy.
Them
He
two
was
they was going back and forth, 1 and 2, 1 and 2.
yeah.
But the only thing I just don't, you know what I mean? I just didn't like the fact that you let him go, the Clippers, that is, you let him go, he retires, and then you write up something trying to congratulate him for retirement. And you
Yeah.
know that, yeah, that really wasn't the way that he wanted to go out. But you still write something trying to be extra, call yourself being nice and write,
Mhm, mhm.
that's kind of crazy, yo. Man. But that's the league for you. You know what I mean? This is what you get. You know what I'm saying? So you got anything else on that?
I mean, nah, man. I said it. You know, what I mean, he was a great point guard, man, and longevity. He did it for a long time at his stature, at his size. He was a pit bull. He was a competitor. You know, he wasn't, based on what people say, he wasn't the easiest to play with because he was all about accountability. But every team he played on, they did well. They always was a winning team, and that's the type of player he was. So man, shout out to him. To me, he's a top flight point guard, a Hall of Fame first ballot. Can't find you can't find 5 or 7 point guards better than him. I don't think you can.
Like ever all time?
Yeah, I don't think so. You know what I mean? He might be outside the top 5, but if somebody would have put him right there, all right, whatever. I ain't gonna argue with him. So he was great as a point guard. It kind of changed over the years. Like people put Curry as a point guard, but like true to form, he's probably more of a shooting guard. You know what I mean? Like the way he played, what his numbers are. He's more of a shooting guard, but you know, is the word point guard and what is defined to be. I don't see how you can leave him off that list.
Yeah. They
I
got they
agree.
got, top 10, they got Magic, Steph, Oscar Robertson, Stockton, Isaiah, Chris Paul, Nash, Kidd, and Jerry West.
See some people in there that's just like, "Are you a point guard?" But whatever.
Yeah. But like you said, if you want, you gotta, if it's top 5 and he right outside of it, it's deserving. Like this is the greatest of all time. You got in terms of his era, it's only 2. It's 3. They got him above Nash, so it's like him, Curry, and Nash.
And Westbrook.
Westbrook. Yeah,
Way ahead of Westbrook.
Westbrook's still hooping.
I don't know if he way ahead of Westbrook.
No, he
I,
was
Yeah.
that triple double thing
as a point guard, though,
that triple double thing that Westbrook was able to pull off, kind of, yeah,
MVP, led a
MVP.
franchise.
Yeah,
they gave Nash 2.
yeah. One of them is Kobe's.
They gave Nash 2.
I mean,
Bullshit.
I felt like he deserved them.
Fuck that. It's
Both
Kobe.
of them?
Yeah.
Kobe's. One of them was Kobe's.
Phoenix was a well-oiled machine back then, and they couldn't do nothing without him. They was always like top 1, 2 teams, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like now they lost in the playoffs, but whatever, you know.
He got
Dak was
started. He
killing
got
that
started
year.
while I paid.
Dak was killing one of those years.
Side note, James, I definitely just went ahead and looked at Allen Houston social media. He's shooting. He ain't missed a shot yet.
They're still knocking that shit down. I want to see that nigga LA Fitness.
That shit pretty as hell. He ain't gonna miss
I
Nah,
think
at
most
all.
of that's at his house.
at his
Where
house.
he's
Yeah,
shooting at. Yeah, he got a court in his house, and he shoots every
He
day.
got kids.
yeah,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Sons and daughters.
They don't play.
No, the son looked like. Well, how tall is he?
He was about 6'5", 6'6", maybe.
Son probably like 6 feet. Man, get these little short mothers, man.
Tell you,
Yeah.
they ran back that game where he dropped 50 on Kobe.
That was
Man,
all work that game.
was it? He was physical that game too.
Mhm.
All mid range and some
Mhm.
threes, but a lot of it was mid range, y'all. But you know what I mean? It's Black History Month. You know what I mean? Let's not forget about that. And one of our pioneers passed away today, man. Jesse Jackson, man. So you know what I mean?
Shout out Jesse, man.
Definitely shout out Jesse. He was very notable. His line was "Keep hope alive." He ran for president, part of the Rainbow Coalition. You know what I mean? And it's
He got smoked in that presidency, man. He ain't had a shot.
He ain't have a
yeah.
shot.
Yeah,
Nah,
I remember that. I remember that back in the day when I was young, man. He ran for president.
yeah, I remember he ran, and I, you know, what I mean, it was the fact that he ran that people was just, happy that he ran. You know what I mean? But we knew he ain't had no shot in hell to win, man. Not at all, man. Especially not under no damn Rainbow Coalition. But you know what I mean? He did a lot of things. He did help a lot. I think he might have had a little bit of controversy with some of the stuff too. Al Sharpton, he put it out there today that he did pass. He was fighting, he was going through something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Was it dementia for him too?
But he had
Jesse
Parkinson.
Jackson. Yeah, Parkinson's. Okay. Yeah, it
Parkinson's.
was something like that.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So he was fighting the battle with that. and you know what I mean, it was just that it was just his time, you know what I mean? So shout out to well, condolences first to him and his family, and shout out to all the things that he did for um African Americans, you know, and with the good fight. And, you know, he did a lot of things that he was I can't say he was ah you think he paved the way for Obama?
Okay, he had a hand in it, but he had one of many hands in the pot that paved the way, for Obama. You know, you know, there still would have been Obama without Jesse, but
Yeah.
he made it he made it a little bit more accessible, the work that he did along with others. So Jesse is a pioneer. He was a big, symbol and you know, uh as far as, African American and just our culture and what we stand for to be something to be proud about. He fought for us. And again, there's some controversy like there is with everyone, but I think his good outweighs any controversy that he's ever been a part of. So rest in peace to that man. And you know, another
Yeah,
legend gone.
definitely. Yeah, you know what I mean? I think anything when you're on a part of trying to push a narrative to help African Americans, to help our people, you know what I mean, there's always gonna be some controversy with that. You're not always gonna do the right things, but as long as you're on the right side of things, is always the good is always part of the good fight. You know what I mean? Jesse Jackson you know what I mean, he was vocal, he was out there on the front lines. You know what I mean? Shout out to him, man.
And I think we definitely need to look at it like, look at this as well, like, being civil rights activists, right? Running for presidency back then in those times, like he was outspoken and running with people with the passion to help black people at a time when it was dangerous. So you can do these protests now, you see things that we talking about they killed Malcolm X and they killed Martin Luther King. Like you right there at after all that stuff happened, Al Sharpton and all this, they continue to stay outspoken or whatever at the time where this is dangerous, bro. Like they taking out black leaders, and so I think for that, and always think about it was from the time that we was from whenever the time that we can remember the youngest time during Black History Month, we could be third, fourth grade. Jesse Jackson been in them books. He was always one of them people that we needed to know about, right? Like, so he definitely lived a life. We 40 years old now. And I still remember Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Jesse Jackson. These were people that I had to know about at an early age. But so definitely shout out to him. I'm sure he had his hand in in the fight of a lot of things that we're able to do today without even thinking about it. Uh, lived a very long life. And I'm hoping that things get better as after the deaths. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, things I guess somewhat look like they got better after those people passed on. I hope that things continue to get better, so that his life wasn't lived in vain or anything like that. So shout out to Jesse Jackson, condolences to his family, um, and that definitely he'll continue to be somebody that we teach our kids about.
Once again, condolences to Jesse Jackson and his family. You know,
I'm a Jackson too.
well, yeah, you definitely are, but you're different Jackson. You Prince Action Jackson. But anyway, uh, it was another, you know, I mean, it's not Black History. You know, we're moving on from the Black History now. It was another celebrity passing with James Vanderbeek. Um, Mostly known for Dawson's Creek. I didn't watch that personally. I know them from damn Varsity Blues personally. he wasn't in Varsity, he was in, Friday Night Lights. Which one of those he
Varsity
was in?
Blues.
He was in Varsity Blues, yeah. 'Cause, that was my junk right there. Uh, you know what I mean? A lot of people know him. He was a household name with Dawson's Creek. He had cancer, and he didn't, win the fight with that. And, most notable was, Alfonso Ribeiro Carlton. He posted a picture of, them 2 together on his you know what I mean, on his deathbed. Pretty sure he passed away not too long after that. His wife took the picture, and then a lot of people talked about it online, saying that he shouldn't have took the picture. He shouldn't have posted that picture online. This and that. You shouldn't see them like that. They even questioned him being gay. You know what I mean? So it's crazy that when they had that friendship where you can, you know, do things like that, and they share the bonds that they have, it shouldn't be taken any other way than what it is. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people look for different things to be funny, or they're just not mature enough to handle certain things, or just certain things are just not understood. One thing is, understood that cancer sucks, and that, what I mean, he's gone too soon. Forget everything else. He was a good person, from all I watched some of his clips and stuff like that on his social media. He did preach a lot of positive moments and stuff like that. So, shout out to him and his family.
Yeah, I didn't know much about him, so definitely, condolences to him and his family. I hate to hear about any body who passed on due to the C word. They don't even like it. I had too many family members passed away from that illness. So, but definitely condolences to his family. I didn't know much about him.
Yeah. Condolences.
Man, let's move it on. What we got next on the list? Oh, well,
Yes.
what you got?
Oh no, I thought that was it.
Well, we got this dementia thing that we seen the clip on it. You know what I mean? We can go there, or if you wanna, I just hate to wrap it up on the condolences and stuff like that. We need to end it up on a better note than that, man. What else can we end up on, man, to talk about on the way out? Let's see. Hold up. Well, oh, you know what? Let me bring this up then. Real quick then, on since we're gonna be on our way out here. With technology the way it is now, everybody's got their phone with them. They got the cell phone. Everybody has one of these damn things. Now the thing is some people prefer phone calls, some people prefer texts. So my thing is, I just heard the other day that a lot of different people, men and women, was complaining that people don't use the phone to talk to anybody anymore. They just straight up only text each other. So are we more of a fan of texts or phone calls? Or what do you prefer?
Me personally, text. Like I don't if I can communicate with you through text all day. We never had to talk, and I will feel just as satisfied. Like like whatever I could say, whatever it is that I wanted to say. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just don't be needing to. Even like through jokes. Like we might send stuff through like the DMs and stuff like that. So I feel as though like that's a form of texting. But yeah, I'm a texter. We don't have to talk on the phone and what kind of waste time like that. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good with texting.
Yeah, same. Yeah, text. I mean, but I guess it depends on the situation. Yeah, sometimes something needs a phone call, and then sometimes a message can be used through text. But I think if argument something that can't be really translated, facial, emotions and things like that should be a phone call. But for just basic stuff, you can do text.
Do you think that we're losing how we socialize on how to get to know somebody for the what I mean, like you trying to get with a woman, or even for a woman getting with a man? to get to know each other? Are we losing it by not speaking to them on the phone?
No, I think we but
for a while.
yeah, me too. But I don't think that's the case though, James. I think the other means is the reason that we're losing that communication skill, like on how you meet the person. There's no more generic things like you going online to do it. You people sliding in DMs, they only doing that. So there's no more face to face interactions. Like I'm saying I'd rather text now, but I know how to conduct a face-to-face conversation. People don't know how to do that anymore.
You,
Like
you,
you'd be surprised. There's people who don't know how to order food from McDonald's. Like they just don't know how to socialize. Like so I think the initial thing of dating apps, sliding in DMs, that's what's killing the whole face-to-face interaction if you have or just regular communication because I may say the wrong thing in his DM, but what can I say after that? LOL, right? Like or or you say something crazy, I could just block you and I don't even have to deal with that anymore, right? So yeah, I think the sites of social media is the reason why a lot of these communication skills have fell to the wayside.
so with that, you know what I mean, since we about to get up out of here, so with our children, should we be teaching them more about face-to-face interactions? Because they're all in their phones.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they don't carry the social aspect of person to person. You know what I mean? Sometimes they lack or the ability to make friends by just speaking. You know what I mean? So how should we bring that with our children? Should we force them to put the phones down to interact more, or should we do other things to try to promote the social aspect?
Yeah, I think now and then with after the whole COVID stuff, right? People really wasn't interacting with people. Um Things were shut down, so people was in the house, kids was on phones. I think you do got to create those environments, whether it's if you have young kids, play dates or things like that. I'm glad that kids are in school without these phones because that's another social environment for the kids. So they are getting some of that, but I do think that they should spend less time on the phone and even going out there to make those mistakes, and then the parents can correct them, or their friends will be able to correct them or check them too. So I do think that less time spent on the phones and um, making eye contact and interacting with people will be more beneficial.
Agree. I agree. I just know one thing that as our kids, they keep their heads down on their phones. They never pick their heads up to actually look at you.
My daughter,
You know what I mean? So that's one thing I always wonder about, you know what I mean? When it comes down to actual to look up, to actually say something, especially like, you know what I mean? My son, he's trying to, you know what I mean? He likes girls now. He's starting to like girls and wants to start to try to talk to them. He does not know how to do it. Doesn't even know where to start most of the time. And you try to coach him and try to talk to him about regular cues and stuff like that. And he's just so into the phones. He think it's just he's just so much out of his element when it comes down to just talking face to face. It's kind of crazy, but
Well, I mean, it's just I mean, it's just like a ushering in a new way of communication because that face to face, they are a little bit fish out of water with that. They used to being on chat lines, the discords, and DMs and things like that, and text messages. Yeah, you can kind of hide behind typed out words and take away some of the awkwardness by doing it, and these kids are a little bit more comfortable with that. But I think eventually, you know, it's gonna be things where they just can't avoid it, and they just gotta be comfortable with it. It's about teaching our kids to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. They'll figure it out.
it's crazy how a generation can mold you. You know what I mean? Because when we was growing up, there was no cell phones. You had to actually speak to people and stuff like that. So you was forced to do these things. You know what I mean? You was forced to go outside to interact because there was nothing to do in the house. You know what I mean? Hopefully these things help out for the better for our children.
I got no love at at those ages, so
I wouldn't agree with that. You know what I mean? You probably the manhunt king, but that's not neither here nor there. But you know what I mean?
Manhunt King.
What's the problem?
Shout out to my big bro, Abu. He told me, listen, man, first thing that she can say is no. So what? That don't hurt. Well, I said, oh yeah, you're right. And he said, listen, if 100 girls come up here and you talk to all of them, you'll walk away with at least 5 or 10. That's a good percentage.
You said if you talk to 100, you'll walk away with 5 or 10,
Yeah.
or you mean 90?
Uh,
all right, man. That's out the mud with your boy.
we start exaggerating.
All right, boy. That's off the Parkway with your boy. Kobe's 81.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not a bad example. There's 81 out of 100 is not bad.
Shit.
That's off the Parkway, guys. Your murderous host, Mr. James, the
Okay.
smoothest one of them all.
That's not necessary. You know what I mean? It was a great conversation this week, man, and you know what I mean? Like I said, if you like this type of content, hit that like, share with a friend, some strangers, and subscribe. We'll be back, same time, same place. We see you when we see you.